Good morning. It's day 3 and just got up not too long ago. Just trying to wake up. Looks like it's going to be a nice day today. I'm hoping it's, according to the forecast, it's another day like the last 2 days, so it should be clear and at least partly sunny and warm again. But last night was really cold, and I got pretty sure, there's frost on the tent. And there was a lot of moisture running down towards my head area, and I brushed up against it several times with my sleeping bag and my head accidentally, so I'll have to be careful of that because I got the top of my sleeping bag wet. And when it's this cold, you don't want your down sleeping bag to get damp. My foot area got a little bit damp. It wasn't too bad, but I think just because we're next to the lake here, it's definitely a lot more moisture in the air, so I'll have to be extra careful. Yeah, today the plan is to go about 12 miles and camp on the trail, and then tomorrow hike the rest of the, I believe it's about 8 miles or so into Mount Laguna. And yeah, so anyway, it was a little bit rough last night. There was a guy that came in a little bit later to camp, and I was kind of on the outskirts of the camp area just because I wanted it to be a little bit quiet and hopefully not have people right next to me. But he set up the tent like pretty close to where I was, and he snored so loud, and I'm pretty sure it was aggravating other campers. I heard somebody say something at night, and but he was dead asleep, and wasn't going to stop him. But I decided to get up, and it was after midnight, just ever so quietly just try to drag my tent little by little away from that area. And I did that, and I took out some of the heavier items before I did that, but I hope I didn't damage the bottom of my tent. But I was just so determined to try to get some sleep last night because I hadn't slept good the last couple nights, and I knew I was tired enough to actually sleep. So I was kind of upset that he was snoring so loud right next to all of us. But just if you're somebody that snores, and I'm pretty sure at his age he probably knows that, and not just snore, but snores really loud, just be courteous. Don't park up right next to other campers. Try to go away and allow people to get some sleep. But anyway, I hear turkeys in the background and all kinds of birds, so time to get out of my warm sleeping bag and get this day going. Via instant coffee and Swiss Miss. So I just got out of my tent I'm gonna walk over to this field next to where I was camped to try to get some shots of all these turkeys over here. They're gobbling and displaying, and they're so cute. But my calves, holy moly, wow. They're really tight and sore, so I'm gonna make sure I stretch out really well this morning. But yeah, they're just super tight. I was definitely feeling those yesterday when I was hiking, so I knew they would be sore this morning, but that's to be expected. But let me get some shots of these turkeys. Oh, they're going away. So this is the morning view outside Lake Marina, just next to our campsite. And they do have a designated area for PCT hikers. And there's a porta potty there, or you could walk over to there's a restroom with showers for all the campers here. And it's $5 a night here for PCT hikers. And the showers are, for 4 minutes, it's 50 cents. So make sure you bring quarters with you if you plan on camping out here. Check out these ants.
These are like the least busiest ants I've ever seen. They must be having a morning meeting or something. Jeez.
All right, so I'm finally, whoops, it's my family messaging me back. Yeah, I'm finally on the trail for day 3. Took me a while to get out of camp this morning. It's about 9:30, and it's just taking way too long. So I'm getting my system down better in the morning, but everyone else was kind of doing the same thing, just taking their time. The weather's not especially hot or anything right now, so there's really no issues with getting a later start right now. But yeah, today this plan is still to go about 12 miles to a campground between here and Mount Laguna, and then tomorrow doing the remaining, it's about 8 or 9 miles from there. And I guess it's a pretty steep incline up into Mount Laguna, so it gives us a less mileage for tomorrow. But yeah, these first 6 miles or so are supposed to be a lot more flat, which will be a nice welcome relief from the last couple days, and then give me a chance to just kind of work out all the kinks. But so far I feel pretty good. Just the typical morning soreness that you would expect doing something like this, but all in all I feel really good. And it's a beautiful morning.
Ooh, this is my first official gate crossing. Alright, let's see. Ah, this one's easy. Alright, so I'm at mile 21.7, and I don't think this was on the water report, but this is pretty good flowing little stream here. It looks fairly clean too. Goes all the way down there. So we are at mile 23.4. There's a nice view down there. And we just came from this direction. It's in a pretty rocky ascent and then descent. And then we are headed down towards, I believe that's Boulder Creek down there. And so in a couple miles we'll be at a water source, and we'll just collect a little water there. But pretty view. It's really like beautiful today. The temperature is, it's gotta be like low 60s, but the breeze is just, it's just perfect. So it's a little windy up here, so good chance to check out my wind jammers and see how they're working. So hopefully on your end it doesn't sound as bad. But all right, we're gonna get going down the hill. So this is cool. Just came down this pretty steep trail and turned the corner, and then there's this, I want to call it green tunnel because there's no leaves on the trees, but just beautiful grasses through this forest. So pretty. And so different than anything that I've seen so far. So I just passed 2 southbounders that have come all the way from Canada, and yeah, they only have 25 miles to the southern terminus, so it gave me chills. I was like, that's so cool that they've come all this way, and they were just beaming, like they're so excited to get there. So that's pretty cool, something to look forward to on the other end. My first underpass. I have to look and see what this is. It's either Cottonwood or Boulder Creek, I'm not sure. I've seen this a million times on other YouTubers' channels. Now I'm here. check this out. This is a seasonal creek and it's flowing really, really nicely. So we're gonna go in and soak our feet for a little bit. But I've been so looking forward to this, and whenever you have the opportunity to do some foot soaking, you do it. Wow, that is so cold. And I'm sure my feet appreciate this. So this is the area of the PCT that's after you leave the Buckman's Springs Road underpass, where we just were soaking our feet. Interesting. I don't remember seeing this in other videos, but the terrain is just completely different than anything I've seen so far. And it'll probably change again a couple times today. But pretty cool. So there's these white cones laying all over the place in here. I'm not sure what they are. I'm thinking maybe it's where they planted new little trees, possibly. But if somebody knows, you can let me know in the comments. Look how pretty this is. Looks like we're getting close to the spot where we're gonna take our break for our lunchtime. But I just came around the bend and saw this. I thought it was really pretty. So this is interesting. There's this long stretch where it's roped off and it says environmentally sensitive area. You need to enter. Please contact the on-site environmental monitor for rule before proceeding. Yeah, you can also tell this was like a raging river during all the rains a few weeks ago. A lot of this area's been washed out as well. So this is Boulder Oaks campground, and this is mile 26. They have horse stalls here. And I'm not quite sure what's over there yet. We're gonna head over that way after we're done having lunch, but it's supposed to be pit toilets and place to get some water. We're just doing a quick little picnic. Let me show you what I'm eating for lunch. I'm gonna be eating a lot of the same things. I'm okay with that though. This is my tuna creations, cheese stick, tortilla wrap, and protein cookie. Avocado's not quite ripe yet, so give that another day. And then I've got my Via coffee for afterwards, kind of like a dessert. We're finally coming up to the Interstate 8 underpass. It's only taken 3 days to get here. What's funny about this is my husband drove me here. Not too far past this point, we stayed at Pine Valley, the Pine Valley Inn. And then he drove me down to Campo the next morning. But it didn't seem like we were in the car very long before we got to Campo, but it's taken us 3 days to get back to this point. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, here we go. We just had lunch not too long ago, and we are planning on going 5 more miles to check out the campground. I can't remember the name, sorry. I'll say it when we get there, but we're gonna go check that out, see how we feel. And if we feel like we want to keep going, there's supposed to be another decent tent spot, maybe about 6 miles past that point. So if we get to this next spot and we feel good, we're going to keep going, so that tomorrow going into Mount Laguna is going to be a little less of a hike for us, because it's already going to be more strenuous going up those steep hills. So there's Interstate 8. We've come all this way already. Didn't take too long to get to this point. Oops, sorry, panning too fast. And here's the trail we're going up right now. It's been pretty steady uphill. Not too terribly steep, but a little challenging when it's getting warmer. And it's really not even that warm here for us yet. It's low 70s, but up here without the much wind and the sun beating down on you, I definitely can feel warmer than that. So I can't imagine. Kudos to you guys doing this in late April and May when it's much warmer, because it's challenging enough when it's in the 70s or 60s and 70s, but I think we hit it just right. Alright, so I thought this would be a good place to jump on and just talk to you guys a little bit, but yeah, day 3, almost to the end of day 3 already, and you know, we've all been talking about, does it feel like we're hiking the PCT yet? And had a couple people ask me that as well, and yeah, it still feels weird. I've watched so many other thru hikers and some of their thru hikes on repeat over the last couple of years, and it just looks so different to me in person than in the videos, for sure. And I've heard people say like, well, I'm not gonna watch any videos because it's gonna ruin it for me, and then nothing will be a surprise or novel while I'm out there. But I don't know, but honestly, it feels so different in person. I don't think that it would ruin your experience. I learned so much from watching other people's videos, and you know, what gear I wanted to use and what to expect. So I just walked up to these guys, and what's your name?
My name's Alex.
Alex.
This is Mona.
And Mona. Aw, Mona's taking a nap. How cool. So has Mona ever done anything like this before?
Oh, we hike all the time, but nothing like this.
Yeah. How's she doing?
She's doing great. Better than me, I'd say.
Look at her. Oh,
Yeah.
You are so awesome. It must be nice to just be able to lay down anywhere and be comfortable,
Yeah.
not need a fancy pad or anything like that.
Right.
You're beautiful, Mona. I'm sure we'll run into you again.
Oh, we will.
Do you have to carry a lot of food for her?
Like 5 pounds, but that's completely full. Right now I probably got like 2.5, 3.
So how much a day,
Um,
pound-wise, for her?
A little under a pound, I think.
And it's dry food?
Yeah, it's like freeze-dried raw food.
Okay.
Yeah, I use a lot of that, mix it with kibble, and then when we were down at Lake Marina, I ordered 3 hamburger patties for her.
Oh, nice.
So she was able to eat that. She just kind of snacks through the day. I brought some like fish skins for her.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Look at her. She is so out of it. That's how I feel, Mona. All right. Well, you guys are awesome. We'll see you down the trail.
Cool.
Hi, what's your name?
John.
John. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
So this is Kitchen Creek Falls. Down here, we're not going to go down there, but pretty popular destination for a lot of day hikers. This area is so pretty. Look at these rocks. Ooh. Well, wow. So, in other news, I got my trail name already on actually last night, so it was day 2. And so I knew it was probably gonna be bird related. Everybody that knows me so far knows that I'm a big bird nerd, and that some people were listening in on my videos and in talking to me learned that, you know, my favorite bird is the California condor, and that's where I started my career working with birds, was working with the California Condor Recovery Program in San Diego. And so I bet you can guess what my trail name is by now, but I don't feel deserving of it. It's Condor. So I thought it was gonna be Tiki Bird, but it's Condor, and I couldn't turn it down because it is such an incredible, amazing, and special bird to me. And it's just not only important for the conservation programs and education, and the fact that it's such a powerful Native American symbol. I mean, in this bird, there's only 21 California condors left in the world back in the 1980s, and now there's several hundred of them, and many are released back into the wild and breeding in the wild and raising babies. So it's been one of the most successful breeding programs of such a critically endangered species. And to me, it's just a bird that's symbolic of power and resilience. And I'm hoping that I can use that power and resilience on this trail. So I gladly accept the trail name Condor. So this is Kitchen Creek, where you go to collect water from the PCT trail. And it's a bit of a scramble to get down there. So we're debating whether we're actually going to get water here or hike a couple more miles up the trail. It's really pretty though. Oh, I'm still like in awe of how fast the scenery changes are. We were just talking about how we just like hike a mile uphill, and it's just amazing like the distance we cover, and that you see other through hikers like show you in the distance where they came from, and you're like, just, you know, it's just incredible how they go that distance in such a short amount of time. But yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. And then these rocks down here, it's cool, they look like wood. But there's a whole bunch of these just golden caramel colored granite rocks all over the side, so it's just beautiful. So we have about another, I think about another mile and a half before we get to where we're planning to camp for the night. A lot of people stopped at Kitchen Creek, where we showed you where that last big water source was, and we just opted to keep pushing along. So we're hoping that there's some tent sites left for us up here, so we're not night hiking. But we stopped and there was like a really tiny creek a little bit past Kitchen Creek, and we just got like another 1.5 liters of water just in case we run into any issues. But we're hoping that we make it there well before dark, and that there's some tent sites for us. So definitely looking forward to resting tonight. Day 3 of just beating my body up. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that today, but not as sore this afternoon, which is nice. There's a bunch of those look like Apache. I'm no expert on these, but I try not to shake such a distance, and I'm tired. But I think those are Apache. There are 2 of them. I lost the second one. Oh, they're there. Good. I have to really watch my battery power. It's getting low, but I'll be able to recharge when we get to camp. But this area is just so pretty. Can't stop videotaping it. And we're going to be somewhere over that hill over there, camping for the night.
Hey guys, so we got into camp at about 6 o'clock, and it's close to 7 o'clock right now, and my tent is in shambles, so I wanted to show you what it's like setting up, but I'm not very organized at it yet, but I just wanted to show you how chaotic it looks right now. So here's my view out the front of my tent, kind of up here on the hill. There's a lot of leaf litter below me. It's nice and soft, and it's not the flattest area, but it's okay. The area that I picked to sleep is okay. Made sure there weren't any fire ant mounds below me. But yeah, you can just see that everything's just kind of strewn all over the place. Over here. But yeah, when you come into camp, it takes a good like hour or so to kind of just get everything set up and organized, and then try to cook some
food, so it is nice to get into camp a little bit earlier than we have tonight, but we'll get better at it.